Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The entire Sister Wives family has undergone significant shift since Christine chose to divorce Cody. Many family members, particularly the children, have been making a lot of statements ever then. Robin has always been Cody's first focus, as everyone knows. As a result, he has neglected numerous family members, causing internal conflicts among the family. The disclosure of these words has caused several family members to view the matter differently. According to the most recent information, a lot of children are feeling bad about some of the unfair things that have occurred in their families. Recently, Madison Brush, the daughter of Janelle and Cody, and Leon, the child of Mary and Cody, have stepped out to offer their apologies to Robin's children. Continue reading to find out why. Sister Wives. Robin's children have acknowledged that they were alienated from the family by some of their step-siblings. Robin Brown's kids, particularly Aurora and Brianna, raised their voices during the last season of Sister Wives. Feeling excluded from the rest of the Brown family was the issue. They claimed that several of their siblings had informed them straight out that they weren't considered to be true relatives. They felt like outsiders in the Polly family and were deeply upset by these occurrences. The tension grew over time, particularly during COVID-19. Several of Cody's older children admitted that Robin's house made them feel uncomfortable. You were reprimanded for disobeying the rules, such as opening the refrigerator. Other than this, the other kids felt ignored and pushed away because Cody spent more time with Robin and her children. That was the start of the rift. Leon and Madison, Sister Wives, wish to start again. I would like to apologize to Robin's children. Maddie Brush and Leon Brown talked candidly about the family's strained relationships in a recent Sister Wives episode. Both of them acknowledged that they felt cut off from Robin and Cody's elder kids. They added that if given the opportunity, they are willing to make things right. After Leon's TV appearance after their gender-queer shift, the siblings had their first on-camera, heart-to-heart talk. Leon, who is transgender and uses the pronouns they/them, has chosen to remain anonymous for a while. Maddie expressed her sadness at the outcome of their conversation. She expressed sympathy for Robin's children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. As previously indicated, they have expressed on multiple occasions that they do not feel accepted by others. Maddie declared that if she ever caused them pain, she would accept an apology. The conversation happened after Garrison Brown's burial. Later, the majority of the family had assembled at a rental house. The fact that Cody and Robin's children did not go demonstrates how polarized things were at the time. The movie was really filmed last year. Fans are therefore unaware of the current situation. They hope that the children will speak candidly and openly with one another in order to make amends. Do you believe the next episodes will show whether or not the children were able to put their differences aside? Let us know in the comments. The notion that Mary Brown and Janelle Brown changed their names following their divorces from Cody Brown isn't wholly unexpected given all the changes that have been occurring for the Brown family on Sister Wives. Both Mary and Janelle have moved on from their relationship with Cody and are now living far apart from him and his surviving wife, Robin Brown. Both appear to have adapted to life after polygamy, as does Christine Brown Woolley, Cody's third wife, who divorced him in 2021 and remarried David Woolley in 2023. After a marriage ends, it's common for people to go back to their maiden name. It's a little more complicated in the case of Sister Wives because there are a lot of children and a lot of history. The legal marriage component adds to the complexity. In order to legally marry Robin and adopt her 3 children from a previous marriage, Cody and Mary divorced in 2014 after being legally married in 1990. Despite their formal divorce, Cody and Mary were theoretically still spiritually married. Despite never being formally wed, Janelle and Christine both adopted the Brown last name. Difficult, huh? There was a chain reaction of wives quitting once Christine left Cody. Due of Cody's apparent preference for Robin, Mary, Christine, and Janelle felt stuck in their marriages. But since it's uncommon in polygamous families and the family has a lengthy history, they didn't consider leaving. The epidemic was one of several causes that led to Cody's marriages failing. Mary and Janelle quickly followed Christine's departure, though Cody most likely didn't anticipate all the divorces. Mary and Janelle's decision to leave Cody and pursue their own happiness was made possible by Christine. In order to manage Lizzie's heritage and her bed and breakfast, Mary relocated to Parowan, Utah. Together with her daughter Madison Brush, Janelle relocated to North Carolina and purchased a piece of land. Tata Farms is now being opened by the two. The family's 2018 acquisition of Coyote Pass, a piece of land, was just sold, and Mary and Janelle received a just share of the proceeds, ending the last connection to Cody. The past spouses were getting irritated with Cody because he was taking too long to do anything with Coyote Pass. They just wanted to break off all contact with Cody and move on. There aren't really any connections between Janelle and Mary and Cody now that the deal is complete and they have received their money. Mary, whose maiden name is Barber, has stated that she has no intention of changing her last name. Mary joked about adopting her great-great-grandmother's maiden name, Davenport, in a 2024 Sister Wives episode, but for the time being, she's sticking with Brown. She has declared that if she ever gets married again, she will alter her name. In early 2025, Janelle and Christine discussed altering their last names during an appearance on the Rogue Energy podcast. Janelle stated that she intends to remain a Brown as her children are Browns, while Christine described the difficulties of changing one's name. Janelle added that she had no intention of getting married again, meaning she will always be a Brown. With the last name Brown, Mary and Janelle both rose to fame. The name had a significant role in their identities for a long time. It gave each youngster a name and brought them together as a family. For the record, Christine still goes by Christine Brown Woolley on Instagram, using Brown as part of her name. Whether this is her legal name or merely the one she uses on social media, it's unclear, but it's obvious that Christine has been told to keep Brown. It serves as both a means of identifying her and a link between her and her children. The most well-known people with the last name Brown are Christine, Mary, Janelle, and even Cody and Robin. The most frequent name for Christine is still Christine Brown, despite the fact that she has changed her name. The same is true for the married Brown children. Legally, they may have changed their names, but to many, they will always be Browns. It might make more sense to keep Brown in their name somewhere, even if it's in the middle, so that viewers can quickly recognize them if they're considering their careers outside of the show. This is because they may have projects and opportunities that arise because of their affiliation with Sister Wives and the Brown family. It could be preferable for them to maintain the name if they take away the symbolism and acknowledge that they are merely Browns in name. After splitting from Cody, Sister Wives star Mary Brown is making adjustments on social media. In the hopes that their relationship would improve, the 54-year-old has suffered greatly from her ex-husband's abuse and neglect. But in the end, Cody put Robin before everyone else. Cody's marriages to Christine, Mary, and Janelle broke down, and they all left. In several respects, Mary seems to be removing Cody from her life as well, including his last name. To find out why, continue reading. Sister Wives. Mary and Cody Brown's relationship has changed. Following their divorce, Mary and Cody's relationship deteriorated. In order for Cody to wed Robin, Mary had to give up something. But it wasn't the only problem the Sister Wives cast members faced. Since her Catfish episode, Cody had lost interest in making their relationship better. Mary remained and made every effort to be faithful to Cody. He freely acknowledged that he had lost interest in Mary a long time ago, but he never gave her efforts any thought. Mary was unhappy that Cody had rejected her after continuing to give her false hope. However, Mary finally had enough in the most recent season when she was formally released from their church, a move that is regarded as a spiritual divorce. Mary finally drops her last name, Brown. Since they're no longer together, many fans have been wondering if Mary Brown will drop Cody's last name. The Sister Wives actress recently changed her Instagram bio to no longer include the last name Brown. The Brown is still in her profile tag, but since Mary has formally removed her ex-husband's last name from her bio, it might be the next to go. Although Mary Brown is the only name her fan base knows her by, it's fascinating that her bio now simply says Mary. Prior to marrying Cody more than 30 years ago, Mary's maiden name was Barber. Mary has already said that having Cody's last name online and being permanently linked to him is challenging. However, it's also how people have come to know her over the years. In an interview, she also said that she would never use her maiden name again. In any case, she is still thinking about changing it, particularly if she remarries. How is Meri Brown doing, sister wives?
Today.
Ever since she and Kody parted ways, Meri Brown has been living a fulfilling existence. She is actively improving her bed and breakfast business while residing in Utah. Along with traveling, the Sister Wives star has been having fun performing live streams with her buddy Jen, who has made multiple appearances in the most recent season. Last month, she also received a new nephew. The tell-all portion of Sister Wives Season 19 has also arrived. Meri isn't hiding from Kody anymore. She said in one of her interviews that they all had to change into Robin in order to get Kody's love. In what has become one of the most emotionally raw and revealing developments in Sister Wives history, two of the Brown family's adult children, Leon Brown and Madison Brush, have taken a bold and vulnerable step forward, expressing a shared desire to formally apologize to Robin's children for years of estrangement, emotional distancing, and what they now describe as unknowing cruelty during their childhood years in the polygamous household. The story, which has shaken fans to their core, underscores the long unspoken tensions between the children of Kody's first three wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine, and Robin's kids from both her previous marriage and her union with Kody. While viewers have often speculated about the fractures between the adults, this new chapter is finally giving a voice to the pain experienced by the younger generation, and it's revealing how deep and damaging those rifts truly were. In a heartbreaking but eye-opening confession that aired during a reflective segment in Season 19's bonus episodes, both Leon and Madison sat down separately, then together, to explain why they were ready to confront their role in the estrangement of Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella, the children Robin brought into the family and who, by many accounts, never felt fully accepted. Leon, who came out publicly as trans and non-binary several years ago, has had a complicated journey of identity, belonging, and healing. In their deeply honest confessional, Leon admitted that growing up in the Brown family often felt like a game of emotional survival. "You were always trying to stay afloat in the chaos," they said. There wasn't a lot of room for softness or nuance. They went on to say that when Robin joined the family, they were already struggling with feelings of invisibility as Meri's only child, and that Robin's arrival, which coincided with Kody's growing distance from his other wives, only intensified those feelings. "To me, it felt like Robin and her kids were getting this fresh start, this perfect attention from my dad that I never had," Leon explained. "And I took it out on them. I never said it, but I resented them. I gave them cold shoulders, I avoided them, and I refused to connect." Their voice cracked as they added, "I didn't want to admit I was hurting, so I made them feel like they didn't belong. I know now how awful that must have felt." Their goal, they said, was not just to admit what happened, but to reach out directly to Robin's children and say, "I'm sorry. I see you now. And you didn't deserve that." Madison's journey to this apology is equally nuanced and gut-wrenching. As Janelle's daughter and one of the oldest of the Brown children, Madison often found herself acting as a stand-in parent to her younger siblings. "We all carried too much too young," she said. "And when Robin came in, it wasn't just that there were more kids. It felt like we were suddenly expected to shift our entire family dynamic overnight." Madison admitted that she saw Robin's children, particularly Aurora and Brianna, as interlopers in what was already a fragile household. "I wasn't intentionally cruel," she said, "but I was dismissive. I was unkind. I acted like they didn't matter." The most painful part, she explained, is realizing that her silence and emotional distance probably left Robin's children feeling rejected at a time when they were most vulnerable. "When I became a mom myself, that's when it really hit me," Madison shared. "If my kids were treated like that by their siblings, I'd be devastated." Her voice wavered as she added, "I want to tell them I'm sorry. I want them to know they matter, that they always did, even when I didn't show it." Together, Leon and Madison's decision to publicly acknowledge their past behavior marks a turning point for the Brown family. In an emotional scene filmed outside the family's former Las Vegas homes, The cul-de-sac that once symbolized unity and now stands as a haunting reminder of what was lost. The two met and shared stories about what they remembered. Do you remember the time Aurora tried to join our game, and we just ignored her? Madison asked quietly. Leon nodded solemnly. I pretended I didn't hear her, they said. It was cruel. The two admitted that there were dozens of those moments, small, quiet rejections that added up to a lifetime of exclusion. It wasn't about hate, Leon said. It was about not knowing how to cope with change. We didn't have the tools. Madison agreed, adding, we were kids trying to process our parents falling apart while pretending we were one big happy family. That wasn't real. The weight of the apology deepened as the story unfolded from Robin's side. For years, Robin has been criticized by fans and family members alike for what many saw as manipulative behavior, self-victimization, or favoritism. But in the wake of these apologies, some fans are rethinking their judgments. In her own confessional, Robin became visibly emotional, saying she had waited years for someone to finally acknowledge how her kids were treated. They'd come to me crying, saying they didn't know what they'd done wrong, Robin recalled. They just wanted to be accepted. To be loved. And I didn't know how to fix it. She paused, clearly choked up. Hearing Madison and Leon say sorry, it's the first time I've felt like maybe healing is possible. But the road to healing isn't smooth, and not everyone is ready to forgive. Sources close to Aurora and Brianna say the girls are cautiously open to hearing Leon and Madison out, but they've also built emotional walls to protect themselves. One insider said, they appreciate the effort, but the wounds are deep. It's going to take time. Still, both Madison and Leon have vowed to be patient, to keep the lines of communication open, and most importantly, to listen. This isn't about absolution, Leon said. It's about accountability. Janelle, always the voice of reason in the family, expressed pride in her daughter's willingness to grow. Madison has always been strong, she said. But this level of self-awareness, of compassion, it takes a different kind of strength. Mary, too, broke her silence to express admiration for Leon. They've fought to find their place in this world, and now they're fighting to right old wrongs. That's growth. Christine added that she hopes this will inspire more of the adult children to speak openly. So much happened that we never talked about, she said. It's time to bring those shadows into the light. And what of Cody? Predictably, his response was mixed. While he initially praised Madison and Leon for maturing, he quickly pivoted to defensiveness. This whole idea that Robin's kids were victims, I don't buy it completely, he said in his confessional. Yes, there was tension, but that happens in big families. His refusal to fully acknowledge the hurt drew criticism from fans, who accused him once again of dismissing valid pain to protect his preferred narrative. Even Robin appeared frustrated by his inability to sit in discomfort. Sometimes he just doesn't want to deal, she said bluntly. But if we don't face the truth, we can't heal. And therein lies the heart of this story, healing. For the first time in years, the Brown family isn't just reacting to scandals or trying to survive drama. With Leon and Madison's public apology, they're taking active steps toward reconciliation. It's not perfect, it's not complete, but it's real. And for viewers who've watched this family fracture in slow motion, it's the kind of realness that gives hope. One fan summed it up on social media. When the kids are the ones showing more maturity than the parents, you know change is coming. Robin Brown's kids, particularly Aurora and Brianna, raised their voices during the last season of Sister Wives. Feeling excluded from the rest of the Brown family was the issue. They claimed that several of their siblings had informed them straight out that they weren't considered to be true relatives. They felt like outsiders in the Poly family and were deeply upset by these occurrences. The tension grew over time, particularly during COVID-19. Several of Cody's older children admitted that Robin's house made them feel uncomfortable. You were reprimanded for disobeying the rules, such as opening the refrigerator. Other than this, the other kids felt ignored and pushed away because Cody spent more time with Robin and her children. That was the start of the rift. Leon and Madison, sister wives, wished to start again. I would like to apologize to Robin's children. Maddie Brush and Leon Brown talked candidly about the family's strained relationships in a recent Sister Wives episode. Both of them acknowledged that they felt cut off from Robin and Cody's elder kids. They added that if given the opportunity, they are willing to make things right. After Leon's TV appearance after their gender-queer shift, the siblings had their first on-camera, heart-to-heart talk. Leon, who is transgender and uses the pronouns they/them, has chosen to remain anonymous for a while. Maddie expressed her sadness at the outcome of their conversation. She expressed sympathy for Robin's children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. As previously indicated, they have expressed on multiple occasions that they do not feel accepted by others. Maddie declared that if she ever caused them pain, she would accept an apology. The conversation happened after Garrison Brown's burial.